Hi, and welcome to this episode of Life with Shan. Today we're going to do a November TBR, and then next week, once we finish October, I'll do an October wrap-up of all the books I read. For November, one of my biggest goals is to read the bigger books that I own that I have been putting off reading because they are larger. For me, a larger book is typically 400 pages and up. My average read is low 300s to 350s, so I find myself procrastinating on the larger books, and I'm excited to finally knock them out. I have 2 Stephen Kings, a few 500 to 600 page books, and I also have a few smaller comfort reads just to keep my momentum going and to make me feel motivated if I get burnt out on the thicker ones. So first up on my TBR stack is this cute romance book that is Things We Never Got Over, and it starts with, in the synopsis, Naomi Witt is on the run from her wedding day. She runs away from her fiance and the church, and she asks her sister, her twin sister, Tina, to help her out, and they run away together. Her evil twin has not changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves behind something unexpected, the niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's a guardian to an 11-year-old going on 30 with no car, no money, and no plan. And then, of course, it's a romance, so she's going to meet a guy. And I'm excited to read this one. I've seen it a lot on Instagram, and it has a very cute cover. And the author, Lucy Score, just announced another book coming out early next year. And it's pink, and I love pink. Next up is the 400 and roughly 40-page book, If It Bleeds, by Stephen King. This is a newer Stephen King book. I think it came out a year or two ago, and it has 4 different stories from Stephen King in it. So I count it as a larger book because, one, it's a library hold, so I can't just pick up one story and then put it down for a few months. I need to finish it almost all in one go. And it's Stephen King. I count his books as bigger books typically, but I am excited to dive into this one, and hopefully, because there are shorter stories in it, it will be easier to read, although it's a larger book for me. And yeah, this is the first of 2 Stephen King books I'll have this month. Now, for the highly anticipated prequel to They Both Die at the End is The First to Die at the End. I read They Both Die at the End in 2020 during the pandemic and adored it, cried through it, loved the characters, the concept, just almost everything about it was perfect for me during the year 2020. So I ended up getting the exclusive Barnes & Noble edition, and this is a larger book. It comes out to be about 530 pages. It's a little thick, but if it's just as good as They Both Die at the End, I'm sure this one will be perfect. For Babel, or Babel, however you pronounce it, that's kind of part of the concept of the book. This one I am 100 pages into already. I put it down to pick up more of my spooky reads, and it comes out to be about 550 pages. It takes place in Oxford in the 1800s, 1828 to be exact, and it's all about language and how these few students come from the College of Babel at Oxford, and they can speak multiple languages, which is a very important skill to have at that time in the 1800s. But I don't know, but there might be a magical element to it. Either way, I think I'm going to love this one. I do know that Barnes & Noble made this a Book of the Year pick, so I'm excited to see if it lives up to the fact that it is considered a masterpiece, which I'm sure it will. It also has a very beautiful cover. Now, for the 570-page book that has sat on my shelf for one of the longest times is The Heart's Invisible Furies. The amount of people who have recommended this book to me is a pretty large number. If I had a dime for every time someone recommended this book to me, I would be rich. Not quite, but it is a great read from what I've been told. I am going into this one blind, so I'm not going to read you the synopsis. I want to just take this one in for all of its glory. I love the pink cover, and yeah, I just heard so many great things, and I'm excited to see what it's all about. And for my last larger read of November, coming out to almost 600 pages, is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I read the synopsis for this one a while ago, but basically this baseball and football player student goes to his neighbor's house, from what I understand, and he finds a portal to another world, which you can kind of see in the cover there. And yeah, I have not physically read a Stephen King book in a few years. I read The Institute and The Outsider, which I loved. I also have It, which is very large, and I'm going to save that for a little bit later. I don't want to read all Stephen King in November. But I am excited for this one. I did get this one also from Barnes & Noble. I recently got a membership, so I splurged quite a bit when I got the membership. But next, for my smaller reads that I'm going to be reading to help break up the larger books, and these are also library books, so I have to read them sooner rather than later. I'm reading As Seen on TV. I did pick this one up because I saw that it was on the Gilmore Girl marathon, so I wanted to give it a try. I did not read the synopsis, but it says that it's a laugh out loud rom-com, and my library sticker covers up the first part of the synopsis, so I'm not going to be able to read that to you. But it looks so cute. I'm currently rewatching Gilmore Girls, so when I saw that they compared it to Gilmore Girls, I wanted to get it right away, dive into it, discuss it with the Gilmore Girl marathon, which I'll tag in the description below. And it's just the perfect time of year for a cozy little romance read right before the holidays. And my last two books are also library books. I got Undercover Bromance, which is the second one of the Bromance book club series. I think they're coming out with a fifth or sixth one, and it's a holiday theme, but I did the audio for the first one in 2020, and I'm very excited to pick up the physical copy of the second one. It's such a fun and different concept. Guys reading, you don't see that a lot in your normal books, so I'm excited for this. And then the last library book I got was This Coven Won't Break. My book club, which I'll tag below, the Bookish Book Club, read the first of the series and in October, so I picked up the second at the library to see what goes on with these characters. And yeah, that is my November TV. Hopefully I can stick through at least the library holds. If you like this or you want to see my October wrap up, please subscribe, like, and comment below, and I hope that you guys are having a great day.